to this now. You know, there's been a lot of talk about mask wearing or not wanting to wear a mask anymore now that the CDC issued guidance saying fully vaccinated people can ditch their masks more safely now. But not everybody is celebrating these changes. So we wanted to bring in an expert to talk a bit more about this. We have board certified psychiatrist Dr. Carol Lieberman joining us now live. So Carol, thanks so much for being with us. Let's go ahead and get right into it. What do you think are some of the ways that Americans will respond to these loosening mask mandates and restrictions?
Well, the number one thing is that Americans are confused. And we have been told so many different guidelines from the very beginning of the pandemic, our heads are spinning. And one thing that people need to understand, if they can't make scientific sense out of it, because there isn't really a lot of scientific sense to some of it, you need to look at it as what is the agenda behind it. So, for example, this relinquishing of the mask, saying that now people who are vaccinated don't have to wear masks, inside or outside. Well, that's a big perk for a lot of people who are tired of wearing masks and so on. So what is the reason for that? The reason for that is just like you were mentioning before, some states are giving lottery tickets, some states are giving beer or pizza or whatever. It's an incentive to get more people to get vaccinated.
So even with that incentive out there, we are still seeing, some people not wanting to be vaccinated, but we're even seeing as well fully vaccinated people who don't want to give up the mask quite yet. What might be holding back someone who, by all accounts could safely remove a mask, but just doesn't want to at this point?
Well, first of all, some people don't trust that it is really safe because, as I was saying, we've gotten so many different recommendations, so we don't know what to believe. And some, especially when President Biden seems to keep wearing his mask a lot of the time. So people think, well, he must know something that we don't know or that we're not being told. Also, we've gotten more awkward since the pandemic and the lockdowns and isolation and so on. We feel less comfortable, even with friends, showing our whole self, being connected because we've been kept so disconnected. So some people like to hide behind their mask. It really is a lot of confusion. The main idea, what people really should do, is to find out a lot of information as much as they can from various sources and then make their own decisions. I mean, that's one of the most important things, I think, is that people really need to make the decisions for themselves.
Yeah, and then of course, folks being able to respect that decision as well. Yeah. Dr. Carol Lieberman, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it and hope you stay well.